our local, our regional and our international viewers, thank you kindly for choosing us. A very warm welcome to another edition of the program Conversations with Zelisa, where we continue to inform, educate, empower and answer those unanswered questions. I am Zelisa Budu Singh Rupani, humbly inviting you to sit back, relax, enjoy, absorb as we continue to reach out and transform lives. Directing this morning and in Master Control, Hisham Costello. On behalf of our team, here's wishing you a beautiful, blessed, productive and great day today. Happy Thursday. It's Thursday the 1st of February 2024. Yes, you heard me right. Already the first day in the second month, February 2024. January gone, never to come again. That's the importance of time, the essence of using your time wisely. So happy Thursday, 1st Feb 2024. If you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary to you and yours. Let's quickly go to our quote for today, coming to us with the kind compliments of India in Style Expo. And our quote says, "Life is a succession of lessons which must be lived to be understood." This is life. We live life, and every day teaches us a new lesson. With that, we try to do our very best. So we learn from it, we move on. Yeah? There you go. That came to us with the kind compliments of India in Style Expo at the Mid-Center Mall in Chaguanas. Check them out for all of their daily deals. Safe and secured parking, wonderful gift items, great prices, not forgetting their food court, all right, which is certainly a plus for all of us. Great, delicious, authentic dishes all the way from India, right here at the Mid-Center Mall. And of course, this is the India in Style Expo. This morning, my friends, we are going to be bringing you a recording of the opposition leader, Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bisesa. She's been holding town hall meetings, anti-crime town hall meetings. We're going to be bringing you the highlights today. So sit back, relax, enjoy, absorb. It's certainly information and good food for thought, so we can make better decisions and choices. And of course, let's say a very good morning to the management and staff of Ducky and Sons Tent Rentals. So for all of your tent rental needs, any occasion that you're having, please give them a call. They are located Katwaru Trace in Pinal. Their telephone contact 788-2262. So remember to check out Ducky and Sons Tent Rentals for all of your rentals for any occasion. Give them a call, located Katwaru Trace Pinal, 788-2262. So to the management and staff, here's wishing you all a productive, fruitful and great day today. Let's go to these highlights now. Very important, great information. Sit back, relax, enjoy, more importantly, absorb.
Thank you very much, Nicholas. Good day to all of you, distinguished members of the Parliament, activists, and of course, all of you have joined with us with a very powerful panel this afternoon as we continue to try to chart a way forward to come up with solutions to the crime wave that is an epidemic in our country. So, as we did last time, very successful meeting, well attended, well participated. We will continue today in the same mode. Each speaker, each panelist will be introduced, and each person will speak for 15 minutes. We will then open the mics to you because we want to hear from you as well. And whilst it is we may want to be talking about how bad the crime is, that's good. We all know that. That's why we are here. And I really appreciate any suggestions that you have as to solutions to the crime wave in our country. So welcome, and again, give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you for coming out in your numbers as I hand over to Viliana and Nicholas, who will be chairing these proceedings. Nicholas, thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, we thank you for coming out in your hundreds, and the hundreds joining us online as the leader of the opposition continues to move a united approach to return safety and security to every family, community, and constituency of this country. Our next speaker is Mr. Donny Rogers. He's an elected director of the Agricultural Society of Trinidad and Tobago, where he sits as the chairman of the Education Committee, chairman of the Internationalization Committee, chairman of the Elections Committee, and the National Livestock Representative of the Board of Directors. In December 2023, he was awarded the title of Professor at the Entrepreneurship Development Institute of India. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Mr. Donny Rogers.
Pleasant good evening to all. Before I start, as we have the crowd this close up, I'd like to get a little engaging, right? All those who are fed up of high food prices, let me see by a show of hands. All those, everybody fed up of high food prices. Let me hear it again. All those who really can't understand why tomatoes have to be $20 a pound, right? Good, so let me give you one little dimension, and people don't realize this. We don't think about it. It's not at the top of our minds, but it's reality. From the last 8 years to today, rice production in this country dropped by 93% over the last 8 years. Vegetable production dropped by 35%. Legumes, peas, dropped by 55%. Root crops, 27%. And we only produce 8% of the milk that we use in this country. We import over $180 million in milk annually. We have moved from 150 dairy farmers to just about 75. And that is the backdrop that I'm going to use. In 2015, we had 93 reports of predial larceny in this country. In 2016, the mechanism was still working, so we had 73. From 2017 to 2022, that figure went up between 50 and almost 100%. Because the figures stood at 132, 136, up to 177, which is almost double. One of the largest issues facing food production is the issue of predial larceny. And this has turned into a multi-million-dollar business for the criminal enterprises. Last year, 125 dairy cows were stolen in this country from farms throughout. When they are stolen, there's only one thing that's going to happen for it. They're going to slaughter. So you lose that production. You lose everything about that. The value of that is over $2 million. So you see where the criminals making money, right? Criminals, bandits could come into your farm, steal animals, put them in vans, drive down the road, and they will not get caught. Because out of these 125 dairy cows that were stolen last year, not one was recovered. No one was arrested for it. So in broad daylight, they go in, and they're not being held. Why? Because of the predial larceny unit. The predial larceny unit has been left without the proper, how should I put it? Without the proper leadership, without the systems, without the resources to carry out their work, without the proper legislation. If I may, our very own chairman, Rampasad, I remember in discussion, he lost over $200,000 in watermelon at 1 year. And here those guys went with it. 60,000 pounds of watermelon were transported in a car whole night, up and down. Nobody stopping, nobody checking, nobody doing anything. Just last week, one of the largest rice producers in this country lost a pump valued at about $75,000. That pump is so big that they go in the back of a van and transport it out of there, passing right next to the police station in the area, and nothing. Against this backdrop, I am saying that the crime situation is not just against farmers, it is against food production. It is against your ability to get food and your ability to afford food. Demand and supply. When the commodities go less, the prices go up. But you know what's the funny thing about it? Farmers not really all that worried about predial larceny anymore, you know. farmers worried about crimes against their person. In Jerningham Junction farmlands, one of the highest producing farming areas, a farmer was held up, produce stolen, money stolen, equipment stolen, vehicles stolen, and they were beaten. So that farmer was not a farmer anymore. He didn't have anything in order to go and become productive afterwards. Because of the nature of this one, I wouldn't go into the details. An elderly farmer was hog-tied in front of his family, tortured. I will not go into the details of the torture. And that crime was not solved. I am not just here speaking to you as a professional. I am here speaking to you as a farmer, as a business owner, and even I myself, I was shot on my back on a farm. So the crime situation is, to farmers, it has taken a toll on their capacity to produce, where you see many farmers opting to just stop, leave it, forget about it. Farmers are getting out of food production, and it's very easy to see that. If you look at the newspapers, you read the classifieds, all you're seeing is County 2 Limited acres, 2-acre lands being sold, and it being sold for dirt cheap prices. You are seeing farms being sold, you are seeing large acreages of farmlands being sold. And this will never work towards bringing food production to where it's supposed to be. The farmers of Trinidad and Tobago have not had any support over the last 8 years with regards to predial larceny, and more so, crimes against their person. Farmers of Trinidad and Tobago are competent and willing to ensure that everybody have access to food at a good price and good quality food. However, when they are faced with situations where all their crops are being stolen, their equipment being stolen, they're shot, they're beaten, they are terrorized, how are they to produce? They are not going to. And that is why you will see locally grown produce at $20, $30, $40 a pound. We need proper decisions to be made. We need security. We need leadership, none of which we have had for the last 8 years. Whilst we allow crimes against farmers to flourish, the pockets of the importers are also flourishing. And that means that is you guys going to pay the price for it. Nobody else but the consumer. The time is now for change, and I ask you to think, how can we go forward without change? There is no way that we could go forward in the agricultural sector without positive change. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Rogers. As we work together to come up with solutions with respect to the problems facing our country, we have to watch that we are victims, not just somebody lick you down, hurt you. We are further victims on all our families, which also helps to build up more crime when we can't feed ourselves and our families. So I think your contribution today is well appreciated. Let us thank Mr. Rogers. And then what is the solution?
Ducky's Tent Rental. We're all about the best tents, high quality, with the best service at affordable prices. We'll make your event a memorable one. Located at Katwaru Trace, Penal. Or give us a call, 788-2262. Ducky's Tent Rental.
After huge success in Mokoya, La Romaine and South Arc Mall, for the first time ever, Indian Style Expo will be at the air-conditioned dome at Mid-Center Mall from January 6th. Over 60 merchants. Get all that you need: garments, furniture, handicraft, footwear, jewelry, and so much more. For the first time ever in Trinidad, be sure to check out our $20 food court. Yes, you heard right, but that's not all. When you spend over $200, you also get a free meal. Bring your kids to the arcade while you shop. The India in Style Expo at the air-conditioned Dome, Mid-Center Mall, starting on January 6th from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily, including weekends and holidays.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life. Because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
Super quality supermarket, best quality and great prices. Get your fresh fruits, vegetables and meats. It's a one-stop shop for the most affordable groceries, baby items, kitchen supplies, bathroom accessories, car care supplies, pet food, toys and lots more, all at Super Quality Supermarket. Wide aisles, fully air-conditioned and secured parking. 3 locations nationwide: Couva Car Park, Couva, 98 Endeavour Road, Chagonas, and 47 Tissue Drive, Trincity. Super Quality Supermarket. Val Park Chinese Restaurant. Experience the flavors of authentic Chinese cuisine for a romantic night out or a family dinner. Our newly renovated cozy atmosphere and professional friendly service makes dining with us an unforgettable experience. We have a well-equipped conference room that caters for meetings and corporate events for up to 50 persons. Safe and secure parking. Val Park Chinese Restaurant. Open every day including Sundays and holidays. Book your table today. Give us a call 645-5474 662-4540.
Lifetime Solutions, manufacturer of metal roofing, panels, framing, guttering, and related products. Located lot number 26, Omera Industrial Estate in Arima. Give us a call 646-5813 for further information. Lifetime Solutions. Give us a call today.
Tile Expression Limited, the #1 leader in tiles. Large stock, unbeatable prices, wide variety. Porcelain tiles, ceramic tiles, wall and floor tiles, residential and commercial, granite and quartz countertops. Best quality from Italy, Spain, India, Brazil and China. Conveniently located Monroe Road, Kunupir. Tile Expression Limited. Telephone 693-0015-223 Tile.
Do you have back pain, neck pain, dizziness, blackouts, migraine headaches? Then you need to see us at Synapse Medical Services. Our innovative approach and patient-centered focus ensures that you receive the personalized care needed to fix your muscle weakness, memory trouble, or tingling in your hands or feet. WhatsApp us at 367-9368 or check out our website at www.synapsemedicaltt.com. Synapse Medical Services, building bridges to better outcomes, one connection at a time.
To come up with solutions with respect to the problems facing our country. We have to watch that we are victims, not just somebody lick you down, hurt you. We are further victims and all our families, which also helps to build up more crime when we can't feed ourselves and our families. So I think your contribution today is well appreciated. Let us thank Mr. Rogers. And then what is the solution? If you're talking about pretty larceny, I remember when we were in government, we had that issue with us as well. You made a point it has increased over time because they've killed the squad, the Brigadier Larceny squad. And solution is a simple one. Why are we killing all these special units within the TTPS, within law enforcement, that further impacts and hurts people in our country? So I would say, Mr. Rogers, what you're saying to us, we need to change the leadership in order to get the right projects and policies implemented.
Is our next presenter. Dr. Velini Pandit is a clinical psychologist in private practice for over 12 years. In the past, Dr. Pandit has lectured psychology courses at the University of West Indies Open Campus and at the Cipriani College in Valsine. She has served in corporate life on the board of directors of the National Enterprises Limited and TSTT. Additionally, she has given numerous talks to schools, medical associations, businesses, and media appearances. She was honored by the High Commission of India for distinguished service in yoga in Trinidad and Tobago. In addition, she was the founding chairperson of the Congress of the People's Youth Congress. Throughout her life, Velini has remained humble and committed to her social and religious responsibilities, and is an active member, musician, and singer in her temple at the Vyas Hindu complex. She continues to dedicate her life to the service of all and the upliftment of Trinidad and Tobago. Ms. Dr. Velini Pandit.
The rate of crime in Trinidad and Tobago is now at unprecedented levels. This is not news to us. This is why we've gathered here today. And it's continuing to rise. The rate of crime in Trinidad and Tobago, statistically, the World Population Review showed recently that out of the 196 countries that make up planet Earth, what should be our little slice of paradise is ranked the 6th highest crime rate in the world. Think about that. We have outmatched, in terms of our crime rate, countries like Syria, Yemen, even Jamaica. Trinidad and Tobago, the 6th highest crime rate in the world. Among the Caribbean islands alone, we are now number 1. As a psychologist and a clinician, I stand before you today to share with you that the impact of crime on mental health is of no small order. There is an economic cost to crime, of course. That is not my purview. But I dare say the psychosocial impact of crime is even greater. We have increased psychological distress, decreased quality of life, and the erosion of trust and confidence in authorities. Both statistical research, as well as my own personal experience as a clinician, confirms that the increase in crime substantially increases reported levels of depression and anxiety. It weakens self-confidence, and it increases overall mental distress. In adulthood, for us adults, exposure to violence leads to poorer health outcomes. Not just mental health, including depression, anxiety, trauma, and stress, but even poorer medical health condition outcomes. In terms of the impact on our young people, which I'm passionate about, decades of research has established a connection between adverse childhood experiences, such as violence and abuse, and lifelong health outcomes. For children who are exposed to violence, there is chronic disease and mental disorders. Children and adolescents who are merely exposed to violence are at risk for poorer long-term behavioral and mental health outcomes, such as depression, anxiety, post-traumatic stress disorder. And this is those who are just exposed to crime. And what I mean is, regardless of whether they are actual victims of crime, they are direct witnesses of crime, or even just hearing about crime, we have these poorer outcomes. Ladies and gentlemen, you will agree that the citizenry, as a collective, we are faced with constant fear of crime. Added to that, the regular stresses, economic burden, climate change, by God, just the traffic on the roads on a daily basis. It is impacting us, our mental health. There is impact on our family life. It's now trickling to impact our community engagement and even our spiritual life. We cannot have a discussion on crime and its impact without talking about drugs. There is a direct relationship between the drug industry, legal and illegal, and crime in the country. Of recent, the government has tried to address this in one way by legalizing marijuana. Without the proper framework to support a move like this, what we have, and I see it in my practice all the time, is an increase in psychosis, in addiction, in abuse, an increase in cannabis use disorder, an increase in school dropouts, and this is all impacting not just crime, but society as a whole. We need more than this. What it has done, yes, I admit, we now have a reduced amount of the petty crimes for possession of small amounts of marijuana going to the courts, but has it had any impact on the number one problem facing Trinidad and Tobago, which is crime? No, it has not. And the opposition leader made very pertinent statements recently on this topic, which I fully support. Other than illegal drugs, there's one thing that I want to mention tonight. We also have a breeding, silent opiate crisis in this country. In Trinidad and Tobago, the Dangerous Drugs Act, number 24 of 2019, has certain drugs listed as a class 2 dangerous drug. And this means it could be recognized for having medical uses, but only under strict supervision, because there's a high potential for abuse and dependency. This includes opiate drugs like codeine, for example, Tramadol, so many and these should be highly regulated. But in this country, countries across the world, Australia, New Zealand, Japan, Canada, it is not even allowed in the country, and highly, highly regulated if so. But in Trinidad and Tobago, why can a young person go into a pharmacy and pick up as many bottles of codeine that they want, or any other drugs without a prescription, fueling an addiction crisis? And again, there is no auditing. The government in their last report has said that they don't have enough pharmacists to make up the audit personnel to audit the pharmacies to ensure that everything is going, so everybody is doing what they want. It's our children, it's our brothers and sisters that are suffering. Where is the information? How do we help our own people? Justice delayed, this is something my dad taught me, justice delayed is justice denied. Could you imagine the pain and the mental agony of family and friends who have to wait months and sometimes years to find out if the body that was found is a member of their family? For more than a decade, we have been promised a new forensic sciences center. Where is that? It's 2024. There's nothing. And we can't blame the officers working there, you know. They are working tirelessly. They are stressed, they are tired, they are depressed, they have thousands of backlog cases, but no resources. Where is the priority? How can we tackle a problematic crime rate, a failing justice system, without addressing things as basic as forensics in this country? The nervous system of this nation, when I work with clients, one of the things that I often do when it is required is nervous system education, to understand the difference between an overactivated nervous system, how to bring regulation into that. If I put this, again, looking at the nation as a whole, of us as a person, collectively, I can say without doubt that the nervous system of this nation is stuck on fight or flight mode. We are constantly looking over our shoulders. As a woman, as a young professional, I know, and even my friends, who has not left for good, if they want to enjoy the simple pleasure of taking a walk and feeling safe, they have to fly out of the country. Is that something we should be able to do? Ladies and gentlemen, fight or flight is quite literal. Those who remain, we're fighting for our lives, and those who have the resources, the brain drain is exponential. For how long will we as a people accept this? In my mind, and this is with no legal background or legal jargon, I find the amount of stress and crime that we have to tolerate in this country it almost amounts to a human rights violation. It's becoming increasingly difficult to live in Trinidad and Tobago and to have a sense of peace. If a government knows that they are grappling with crime for over 10 years, shouldn't they tap into the wisdom of the people to find solutions? Why there is a need for participatory governments? Why isn't the government holding talks on crime? They don't listen. Empowering people and giving them a sense of agency in being able to control their future, to be able to deal with the problems together as one people, this is very good for mental health, and we need more like these. And our honorable opposition leader, I thank you for creating the opportunity.
Ducky's Tent Rental. We're all about the best tents, high quality, with the best service at affordable prices. We'll make your event a memorable one. Located at Katwaru Trace, Penal, or give us a call 788-2262. Ducky's Tent Rental.
Super quality supermarket, best quality and great prices. Get your fresh fruits, vegetables and meats. It's a one-stop shop for the most affordable groceries, baby items, kitchen supplies, bathroom accessories, car care supplies, pet food, toys and lots more, all at Super Quality Supermarket. Wide aisles, fully air-conditioned and secured parking. 3 locations nationwide: Couva Car Park, Couva, 98 Endeavour Road, Chagones, and 47 Tissue Drive, Trincity. Super Quality Supermarket.
Looking for the best in educational supplies? Then come on down to Charon's Bookstore, the trusted name in everything back to school, from uniforms, textbooks, school accessories, stationery, and much more. Our dedicated team is committed in providing the highest quality in customer service. Visit us at number 53 Eastern Main Road, Tunapuna, Trincity Mall, Trincity, number 24 Eastern Main Road, San Juan, and number 10 Diego Martin, 4 Roads, Diego Martin. Call us at 235-5811.
Are you ready to own your own home? But worried about time, money, and construction? We handle it all. With Docs, you can sleep in your dream. Make a down payment of $100K or $150K and we'll build a 2 or 3 bedroom home on your unused land. A home is an investment into your future, so let's help you invest wise, invest well. Payment plans available. We're only a call away.
Do you have back pain, neck pain, dizziness, blackouts, migraine headaches? Then you need to see us at Synapse Medical Services. Our innovative approach and patient-centered focus ensures that you receive the personalized care needed to fix your muscle weakness, memory trouble, or tingling in your hands or feet. WhatsApp us at 367-9368 or check out our website at www.synapsemedicaltt.com. Synapse Medical Services, building bridges to better outcomes, one connection at a time.
You can tell that the people of this country are thirsty to get involved and to find solutions by virtue of the hundreds of people that are here today and the thousands more I'm sure are online. Along with a failure to address crime, there's also a failure to develop policy opportunities for buffering the impact of the detrimental effect of crime on the people. We need public health strategies to address crime while we deal with crime and justice on its own. We also need public health strategies to address crime and violence, focusing on building resilience, reducing susceptibility, building healthy gender norms, developing healthy relationships, and creative, protective environments. My brothers and sisters, the impact of crime on us as a people, on our mental health, on our ability to thrive and realize our fullest potential is in no short order. And I believe that the time is coming for us to shake ourselves out of the state of helplessness, to take action and make the decisions necessary to put people in the places who are willing to listen to you and who are willing to do something effectively. Thank you very much.
Gentlemen, the next speaker began his service with the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service in 1977. Mr. Abraham spent 20 years in the Criminal Investigation Department in Chaguanas. He then went on to become the Inspector of the Homicide Investigation Department for 5 years in the Northern Division, and then the Eastern Division, Northeastern Division, spanning from Mova, Toko, and Tabalan. Mr. Abraham became Senior Superintendent for the entire Central Division, which put him in charge of the whole division, where he made notable and sustainable change.
Firstly, I must say that I am here to speak on behalf of the people of Trinidad and Tobago, where crime and criminality has taken over this country. And the name Johnny Abraham, to me, is a powerful name. I was never fearful of anyone in this country, and nobody is going to tell me to shut up. However, I worked in a disciplined service for 40 years, and I'm not going to disrespect anybody. Who want to say whatever they want to say can feel free to say that. I am not fearful of anyone in this country. I will not be intimidated, and I'll not be bullied by no one to keep quiet where crime is concerned in this country. The Honorable Leader said that she's willing to give each member of the protective services firearm user's license to own and obtain firearms. Some people might say it is not a good idea. And that goes for the police, army, coast guard, and all the rest of the persons in the protective services. And you see, having been a police officer, involved in all kind of chase, shootout, you name it, where my life was in danger several times. I know how an officer feels when he's leaving duty and have to hand in his firearm. In this modern day and age, criminals have sophisticated weapons. You go on a crime scene, it's frightening to see the different calibers: 7.62 ammunition, 5.56, 9mm, 45.40 ammunition. And apparently, these criminals, when they go on a crime scene, they shoot off sometimes 70, 80 rounds to send fear to the public and to the police officers. You imagine an officer just involved in one of those dramas, on his way home, nothing to protect himself and his family, not even his neighbors. You tell me if that police officer could function properly. But I am saying, under the leadership of the great opposition leader, Ms. Kamala Persaud-Wisesa, that will change, and it will change shortly. I am in full agreement with that proposal. And ma'am, I can safely tell you that over 3,000 to 4,000 officers have contacted me, and they cannot wait for the day that you step as the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. The honorable leader spoke about standing your ground in this country. People make a big holo-bolo about it. Imagine you have innocent citizens, hard-working people, lying in their homes, well protected by burglar-proof dogs and you name it. They have been murdered in their home. Families have been raped. Their prized possessions have been taken away. You could imagine Mr. Ram Kisoon, who was murdered recently. I am sure that his family is afraid to even stay in their own home. That is how far crime has reached in this country. And then you want to tell me, shut up when I'm talking about crime? I am not going to shut up. I am going to speak out on behalf of the people of this country. And, you know, I want to make a proposal, you know, that for all the persons who say no to firearm, for persons who have all the qualifications to obtain a firearm, why they don't keep a referendum in this country to find out from the public if they want people to own firearms? Keep a referendum. It's the same thing with stand your ground. Too much of people in this country have been brutalized, and all we hear is a sort of talk. Another topic I want to raise is that when I spoke about leadership in the police service, well, I came in for some real blows, but that didn't ruffle my feathers. Because recently a promotion was made where the commissioner went to the media and apologized for a promotion that was made, and apparently it wasn't fair. Imagine a simple thing like a promotion, and when you speak about these things, people are saying, well, because they have a degree, they're supposed to run the service as degree. Means nothing if you don't apply what you learn. Common entrance children will make marks 199 down the road. You will know who to place in what school. So, as an example, officers made high marks, and other officers who made lower marks than those officers were promoted. Is that fair to the officers? Last week, no, I don't want the police service to feel that I batter nobody. But I'm speaking about the management. Imagine last week, Thursday, several officers was called to police administration building with a view of taking back these promotion stripes. But apparently, the administration got word and they leave them with the stripe. You know who was present in that meeting, man? You had people from the witness and support unit in case these officers fainted when they heard the result. How these officers...
Ducky's Tent Rental. We're all about the best tents, high quality, with the best service at affordable prices. We'll make your event a memorable one. Located at Katwaru Trace, Penal, or give us a call 788-2262. Ducky's Tent Rental.
After huge success in Mokoya, La Romaine and South Park Mall, for the first time ever, Indian Style Expo will be at the air-conditioned Dome at Mid-Center Mall from January 6th. Over 60 merchants. Get all that you need: garments, furniture, handicraft, footwear, jewelry, and so much more. For the first time ever in Trinidad, be sure to check out our $20 food court. Yes, you heard right, but that's not all. When you spend over $200, you also get a free meal. Bring your kids to the arcade while you shop. The Indian Style Expo at the air-conditioned Dome, Mid-Center Mall, starting on January 6th from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily, including weekends and holidays.
Every word, every line, every paragraph depicts a real moment in someone's life. A father, a sister, a mother, a brother. We at Newsday are dedicated to you, the people, and through independent, unwavering journalism, strive to always bring your stories to life. Because your stories are more than just words. Newsday, independent and credible.
Val Park Chinese Restaurant. Experience the flavors of authentic Chinese cuisine for a romantic night out or a family dinner. Our newly renovated cozy atmosphere and professional friendly service makes dining with us an unforgettable experience. We have a well-equipped conference room that caters for meetings and corporate events for up to 50 persons. Safe and secure parking. Val Park Chinese Restaurant. Open every day including Sundays and holidays. Book your table today. Give us a call 645-5474 662-4540. Tile Expression Limited, the #1 leader in tiles. Large stock, unbeatable prices, wide variety of porcelain tiles, ceramic tiles, wall and floor tiles, residential and commercial, granite and quartz countertops. Best quality from Spain, Italy, Brazil, India and China. Tile Expression Limited, conveniently located Monroe Road, Kunapir. Telephone 693-0015 or 223-TILE.
Do you have back pain, neck pain, dizziness, blackouts, migraine headaches? Then you need to see us at Synapse Medical Services. Our innovative approach and patient-centered focus ensures that you receive the personalized care needed to fix your muscle weakness, memory trouble, or tingling in your hands or feet. WhatsApp us at 367-9368 or check out our website at www.synapsemedicaltt.com. Synapse Medical Services, building bridges to better outcomes, one connection at a time.
Go back to function. When other officers really tell them, you get a strike by mistake, no motivation. So how they expect these officers to serve this country wholeheartedly? Another thing I would like to talk about to the police service is that you're hiring people to become police officers from the public, which is great. But I am saying that you have special reserve officers who are already 15 and 20 years in the service, doing the same work as regular police officers. Why not employ some of them to be regular police officers? They are doing the same work and underpaid. When you have a society that is starved of lawful firearms, the unlawful takeover, just as what happened in Trinidad. Meaning that if you arm people with firearms in Trinidad, these criminals will be pegged back because they wouldn't know who to attack and who not to attack. And I want to call on the divisional commanders to know your areas in the 9 police division. Come outside, meet the people in the public. Have conversation with the people. Every time you see a police vehicle pass, you will see all the glass wind up. The marked police vehicle with heavily tint. You can't make out who in the vehicle. I am saying that as a good leader, you're supposed to be leading from the front, as I said prior. Take command of your division. And if the 9 division commanders take charge of the division and monitor every criminal activity that is taking place by means of the wireless communication set, then you could lock down our area in less than 5 minutes. I could stand up right here a long time with our wireless set and lock down the whole of Central Division in 2 minutes. I remember some time ago, there was a bomb scare in Point Lisas. And I was able to close off Claxton Bay Main Road one time, Riverlet Road, and St. Andrews by the junction there. No vehicle couldn't come in. So that was safety for people. Another thing I would like to say is that being a police officer, you have to be dedicated. My day used to start at 7 o'clock officially. And when I reach the station, you'll find 20 persons sit down there waiting to report other officers for negligence of the duty and so on. I will deal with these people. Then I will take up my wireless set and my vehicle. I never had a driver. I drove myself for all these years in the police service. I didn't want a black vehicle with no driver, so that if a crime happening, you're passing straight and nobody don't know it's a police. I used to drive a marked police vehicle with the blue light spinning all the time. Ma'am, I want to assure you that you have the full support of most of the police officers, the fire officers, the prison officers, members of the army, waiting for you to become the next Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago to fulfill your promise to give them their firearm user's license. I want to thank you all.
Now, I've been told that time is very limited, so I'm going to be brief here tonight. First and foremost, I want to thank the team here for their contributions. I would have reached late, but I was filled in. And from what I heard, all the contributions were very enlightening. I want to thank the political leader of the UNC. Let's all give her a round of applause. And you know why we need to do that? Because of what we have here. There's an attempt now to divide the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, to divide us among many issues, but we must not be divided. We could only win if we come together and we tackle this thing head on. And let us not underestimate the enemy that we face. All right? Let us not underestimate. So, we're in a crime symposium, and I'm here with a long line behind me. I'm seeing Vanessa, right? And I want to focus on 3 things. 1, there's an erosion in family, and not much people are focusing on that as a cause of crime. There's a significant erosion on family, and if you look at children that grow up in broken homes, the percentage and chance of them going into crime is a lot higher. We have to look at the statistics and we have to cover that gap. While we are already in a situation where the society has deteriorated, we have to prevent it from further deterioration. So a lot of effort has to be put back on family. 2, we need the ability to defend ourselves. It cannot be that we are living in our homes and our homes are prisons. The prisoners are running free and the law-abiding citizens are in jail. That needs to be returned. 3, there's a serious cost of living issue in this country. And with every passing year, it is becoming harder and harder for persons to survive on a daily basis. While there are people out there who will tell you there's work galore and people can go out there and find work. When you find work, it's paying you $20 an hour. That buying a bread, and it can't even buy a tin of Vienna sausages for 1 hour. As a result, we have a lot of families that are forced to work 2 jobs and 3 jobs and ignore the livelihood of their children and allow their children to be raised by the gangs and the social media and all of these things. These problems, while we ignore it, it becomes worse and worse. We see it as small things, but it grows and balloons into bigger things. But what is probably the greatest cause of crime, in my opinion, is the perceived injustice in the country. It is when somebody believes that as a law-abiding citizen, I am being abused and taken advantage of for whatever the reason may be, and I have no recourse. The citizens right here crying for justice, and we're not hearing anything from you. You need to go. Injustice needs to be cut. We need to fix the problem from the top and deal with all other issues. All right, so that's it there for me. Thank you, guys.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Good night, political leader, and all at tables, all protocols observed. I'm going to be straightforward. In a country of a population of 1.4 million, criminals, let me say 200,000, how would they held them in charge and how we frightened? We have the resources, we have the technology. That says something about the policing and how they direct their resources towards solving crime. If they continue to go the direction that they are going in, we will continue to have criminal activities. I cannot understand how a small population in our country have us living in fear. We need the right type of leadership in all different positions in order to make this thing work. You understand what I'm saying? But we have to realize that we here are also part of the problem. We do not move with confidence when we talk about the negative stupidness that we hear with Prime Minister, ministers from the PNM, and them talking when they come to talk about crime. We know it, we know the problems, but nobody wants to take the action to get it done, and we need leadership that could solve the problems. When you go to the police station and you make your report, that's it. Nothing happens after that. Mr. Abraham, things change a lot. Nothing's happened after that. So we come out here and we say we need to work with the police. It don't work. We need a leadership to lead the police department, lead the country, lead everything, and take the right direction to make things happen in Trinidad and Tobago. Let me say this also. The United National Congress, with the laws that we had, was bringing down crime. We are aware of that. The statistics show it. Management with the PNM has shown that it is not working. They have the laws, they just don't have the right attitude to make it happen, or the will. The drug industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, multi-billion-dollar industry. How are you going and tell people, hey, get away from drugs? You cannot just do it with talk. People talk about taking the root problem. Currently, we have a major problem. We have to bypass the root problem, go for it and deal with it at the throat, and then work at the root problem. If we continue doing it how we're doing it, we'll stay in the situation that we are in currently. We need just to know that we have the right people working with us, that when we work against the criminal elements, we will get it done. And we need the right leadership to get it done. Thank you.
Thank you all very much. All our presenters, please give them a round of applause. And any of you would like to bring forward any further suggestions, comments, we are willing and able. Our doors are open, our ears are open, our hearts are open to listen to you, to try to get our country working again. I want to thank the OWTU, and the pariah issue has been raised, you know. And there's something that really troubles me, and I would like to ask the government whether it is true that following upon the Commission of Inquiry report on the pariah divers, that during the period before the report was released to the public, but after the Prime Minister received the report, and in that report, the report was very abrasive to a person by the name of Mr. Piper. The OWTU people know him. And another one, Mr. Mushtaq. And the question is this, I've been told and I'm asking whether the government renewed their contracts for a further 2 years. How can you do that? It's like, who will guard the guards? If they were the ones that the report found were culpable in their behavior, then why did you renew their contracts secretly during the period before the report was made public? And when the report became public, it was clear that Mr. Piper was found to be liable in certain ways for his actions at that accident site, that tragedy site. So that's something I think the government must answer us. Why did you renew the contracts of these two people? And who renewed the contracts? Was it Newman George and the Pariah Board? Was it the Cabinet of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago? Because the Cabinet had the report, you'll remember that. They got it since last year, but they delayed in laying the report and making it public. So I really would like answers to that question. It is a serious, serious question, that if people have been culpable in terms of doing their jobs, I think one of our speakers here said tonight, you hire somebody to do a job and they can't do the job, what do? Fire them. You don't want to renew their contracts for 2 more years. The Commission Inquiry found that the pariah was guilty of could be guilty of corporate manslaughter. What are they still doing sitting in those positions? Because they are the friends and the family of the Prime Minister and his government. I think they own townhouses together in Tobago, if I'm not mistaken. So the chairman, Newman George, and Prime Minister Rowley, and a few others, like a whole complex. What was it again? Remind me the name of it. That's right. Inez Gate. So a lot of the speakers, you've put your finger on the pulse of things, that a injustice to one, it's an injustice to every single person, all. So let us continue to work together. I thank you again for proceedings this evening. We'll keep you advised and informed of the next proceedings. And I want to tell the Prime Minister, who is busy, as I told you, in Washington, that if you don't like what people are saying about you, the best thing you can do is to get out of here tomorrow morning. Just get out. Get out. You cannot buff people and tell them shut up because you have a different opinion. And you and Hines seem more concerned about Gary Griffith's underwear. Because that's what they came on the platform to speak about. Instead of telling us about plans and solutions for crime, you're buffing Mr. Johnny, you're talking about somebody, well, his name is Gary, but you're talking about his underwear, whatever it may be. I'm sure he looks fine, but who cares? What we care about is the epidemic of crime in our country. So we will continue to speak. Go home safe, enjoy your carnival season, keep safe. God bless you all, and I thank you very much.